Halo semuanya, bertemu lagi dengan Tari di Ask Me Anything Session. Apa kabar? Semoga semua member Indodax sehat selalu. Seperti biasa, di program ini Tari akan ditemani oleh salah satu representatif dari tim koin atau token yang terdaftar di Indodax. Jadi semua member bisa mengenal lebih jauh nih mengenai aset kripto yang ada. Dan pastinya jadi lebih percaya diri untuk membeli dan berinvestasi di aset kripto. Dan seperti yang udah ditunggu-tunggu nih, kali ini kita akan chit-chat dengan perwakilan dari Nervos Network atau nama aset kriptonya adalah CKB atau CKB. Selain itu kita juga ada quiz giveaway di mana semua member Indodax bisa ikutan dan 5 jawaban yang terpilih akan mendapatkan total 35.000 CKB. Nah, pasti udah pada nggak sabar nih ya. Oke, tapi sebelum kita mulai, Tari ingin mengingatkan semua member Indodax untuk selalu menjaga kesehatan dimanapun dan kapanpun. Oke, langsung saja Tari sambut tamu hari ini, Ben Waters, yaitu Head of Operation dari Nervos Network. Hi Ben, how are you?
Good, thanks. How are you, Tara?
I am good, thank you. I'm so excited, and I'm sure lots of our members are thrilled as well. So we cannot wait for what you have for us today.
Yeah, very excited to be here. Thanks.
Okay. I can't wait to know more about Nervos Network and CKB, but before we begin, we would like to know more about you first. So would you mind giving us a brief introduction about yourself first?
Yeah, sure. My name's Ben. I'm head of operations for the Nervos Foundation. A little bit about my history in the space. I first learned about Bitcoin around the end of 2012. At that time, I was managing director for an e-commerce company. And when I first learned about Bitcoin, I was very excited about the payments and the point of sale kind of use cases that could have for online sales and payments and that type of thing. It wasn't until around 2016 or 2017 that I kind of got very excited and interested in the space. At that time, I was managing director for a digital marketing agency across Asia. And I started to see the growth of a lot of these crypto projects that we all know today. And we started working with quite a few of these companies and providing digital marketing services for them. And really, at that point, when I started to see all this growth and innovation in the space, is when I got really excited about the real potential outside of just payments and that type of thing. And at that point, I moved to be head of international markets for IOST, and then later I moved to Nervos as head of operations.
Okay, awesome. So untuk mengulang lagi, jadi Ben ini adalah head of operation dari Nervos Network, di mana pertama kali ia dengar Bitcoin tuh akhir tahun 2012. Dan di tahun 2016 sampai 2017, Ben ini kerja sebagai managing director untuk salah satu digital marketing agency, di mana di situ dia mengenal atau pertama kali mendengar mengenai blockchain dan crypto aset. Dan di situ mulailah akhirnya Ben ini tertarik untuk langsung masuk ke teknologi blockchain dan the potential of cryptocurrency itself. Okay, Ben, thank you so much for the brief introduction. So let's just right into it. First of all, that everyone is thrilled to know, could you give us a brief introduction about Nervos itself?
Sure, yeah. So Nervos is essentially a collection of protocols and a public blockchain ecosystem aiming to solve some of the biggest challenges facing other projects like Bitcoin and Ethereum today. The layer 1 proof of work blockchain of Nervos allows any crypto asset to be stored with security and mutability and permissionless nature of Bitcoin while still enabling smart contracts and layer 2 scaling, and also capturing the total value of the network through its store of value crypto economic design and the native token, the CKB. Fundamentally, Nervos creates this real and sustainable foundation for true interoperability, and it allows seamless integration of blockchain technology into current and future web technologies. And really, it's doing that for any and every blockchain network and token.
Okay, so untuk mengulang lagi, jadi sebenarnya Nervos ini adalah kumpulan protokol dan ekosistem blockchain publik yang bertujuan untuk menyelesaikan tantangan terbesar yang dihadapi blockchain seperti Bitcoin dan Ethereum pada saat ini. Dan ada dua lapisan utama. Yang pertama itu proof of work dari blockchain itu sendiri yang memungkinkan aset kripto apapun bisa disimpan dengan aman. Dan yang kedua adalah untuk memiliki satu native token yang dimiliki oleh Nervos itu sendiri, yaitu CKB atau CK Byte. Jadi CKB ini adalah token atau koin yang dimiliki oleh Nervos sendiri. Okay, thank you Ben for the answer. So, could you give us more information about your team? How many people are there in your team?
Yeah, so the team got started in China from a group of founders, each with kind of their own deep roots in the blockchain space. From founding the massive Ethereum community ETHFans, developing one of the largest and most used wallets in the world, IAM token, one of the biggest Ethereum mining pools, Spark Pool, and also blockchain software development firm Crypto. So the team now is about 100 people, just under. About half of those are engineering, research, and the rest of the team is focusing on operations, marketing, community, business development, and those sort of non-engineering areas. Many of the people in our team are on their second or third project in the space, and really we bring this kind of strong blockchain culture, and this comes through in the engineering decisions we make and the priorities of the project.
Awesome. So, jadi pertamanya tim ini memang dimulai di Cina. Dari tim pendiri yang masing-masing memang udah ada basic di dalam bidang blockchain itu sendiri. Dan sekarang timnya itu sudah hampir sampai 100 orang, sekitar setengahnya adalah engineering dan research dan sisanya memang ada operasi, bagian pemasaran, dan komunitas dan pengembangan produk dan bisnis. Oke. So what's the story behind Nervos' success? What was that vision when it first emerged as an idea? Like, are there any special prototypes or upcoming Nervos updates that you want to show or share with us?
Yeah, great question. As I just mentioned, right, the team come from a lot of experience from other projects in the space. And I think they really brought a lot of that experience into really developing the vision for Nervos. So Nervos really began with a different design decision for smart contract platforms. We use something called the cell model, which is inspired by Bitcoin's UTXO model, as opposed to pretty much all the other projects out there that use an account model like Ethereum. This has a lot of implications for scalability, security, and flexibility. Without going too deep into it, transactions can be processed in parallel without sharding, and users have full control over their assets, unlike with an account model where basically the smart contracts are controlling your funds. The project attracted a number of world-class researchers and engineers, and there's many different innovations that have happened within the project, including the virtual machine CKB-VM, the improved Nakamoto consensus called NC Max, and the economic model as well, which has got a lot of approval and positive feedback. Each one of those is kind of a conversation in its own right. But the co-founders have these deep roots in Ethereum and other crypto communities, and this really has provided a great deal of support to the project on the research and the operational side. So from the start of the project, it's been very community driven, and to me, this is really one of the biggest differentiators for Nervos.
Awesome. Jadi memang seperti yang tadi sudah dijelaskan bahwa Nervos ini emang awalnya dari tim yang berbackground itu banyak banget, berbeda-beda. Jadi Nervos ini menggunakan model cell yang terinspirasi dari model UTXO dari Bitcoin, di mana transaksi juga dapat diproses secara paralel tanpa sharding. Nah, jadi tanpa sharing. Jadi pengguna memiliki kendali penuh nih atas aset yang dimiliki. Dan proyek ini juga menarik sejumlah peneliti dan insinyur kelas dunia dan inovasi tambahan seperti CKB-VM, NC Max, dan model ekonomi yang ditambahkan sendiri ke proyek ini. Okay, Ben. So for just a briefly explanation about your milestone that the Nervos team will accomplish by the end of this year, hopefully, or are going to reach in the future, and what you might look like in 2020 and beyond?
Yeah, great question. And I think, probably one of the most exciting kind of topics to talk about. In the near term, we have a very strong focus on creating this world-class developer experience and building up the layer 2 protocol support. This includes research on new smart contract languages and SDKs. Currently, Rust is the go-to language for creating smart contracts on Nervos. User-defined token standards, which are a bit like ERC20s and ERC721s on Ethereum. They're under development and very close to being finalized. There's also light client functionality, which is something that personally I'm very excited about. That's going to see a lot of kind of applications for current web technologies. Things like, for example, implementation into web pages, email clients, Raspberry Pis, this type of thing. There's also a large amount of ongoing research and development on payment channels, similar to what Bitcoin has with Lightning Network. Also side chains and roll-up based scaling solutions I touched on earlier. And the MUTA side chain, which I think we're going to talk about maybe later, that framework really allows anyone to launch a blockchain platform and leverage the security that CKB offers. So everything really that I just mentioned there is the focus for the rest of this year. Looking ahead, we can expect a lot more developer activity. We're going to be running a lot of hackathons, bringing a lot of developers into the project, and also some user-facing products as well, utilizing the tool sets that are currently being built. So we're also expecting, and we're seeing a lot of interest from businesses and individuals as well, and in operating these layer 2 infrastructures that's currently in development. And really that's going to just strengthen and broaden the network's capabilities.
Awesome. Jadi biasanya memang milestone ini adalah hal yang sangat diperhatikan oleh para member dalam sebelum membeli aset kripto. Jadi sebenarnya arah project ini tuh sebenarnya kemana dan bagaimana ke depannya. Jadi untuk Nervos sendiri dan CKB dalam waktu dekat ini ada lebih fokus untuk menciptakan pengalaman pengembang kelas dunia dan membangun dukungan protokol layer. Dan ini ada dua protokol supportnya. Jadi yang pertama itu memang mengenai standar token yang ditentukan oleh pengguna. Sebenarnya ini mirip dengan ERC20 dari ERC721 yang sedang dalam pengembangan, serta fungsionalitas yang ringan. Selain itu juga ada banyak penelitian dan pengembangan yang sedang berlangsung, yaitu untuk payment channel atau sidechains dan roll-up based scaling solution, dan ada kerangka kerja sidechain yang namanya itu MUTA, akan yang memungkinkan siapa aja untuk bisa meluncurkan platform blockchain dan memanfaatkan keamanan dari CKB. Dan ini semuanya ini adalah yang 2020, tapi ke depannya dari Nervos juga dapat mengharapkan lebih banyak mengenai developer activity atau pengembang-pengembang. Ada juga hackathon, dan ada juga produk yang dapat dilihat oleh pengguna dan dengan menggunakan set alat yang sedang dibuat saat ini. Jadi they're still brewing, jadi masih ada di dalam pengembangan, dan kedepannya akan mereka juga mengharapkan peningkatan minat dari bisnis dan individu dalam mengoperasikan infrastruktur layer 2 ini untuk memperluas kemampuan jaringannya. Okay, Ben, thank you so much for the answers. I'm pretty sure that a lot of our members are also always excited in knowing the milestones or what you guys have in your kitchen that you guys are brewing, because that means that it's part of analysis fundamental. Actually, it's just that a lot of more things that you have coming on for us. It means that the future of CKB and Nervos itself is also going to be bright.
Yeah, we totally agree. And actually, there's a lot of information in terms of our roadmap and development also on the website, nervos.org. So you can head over there and check that out as well.
Oke, jadi teman-teman juga bisa mengunjungi nervos.org atau org. Nah, di situ ada selengkapnya mengenai milestone lainnya dan project-project yang dikembangkan oleh Nervos Network itu sendiri. Okay, then let's get into the next question. So what are your views about the next killer app area for blockchain? Like, what will be your prime focus for mass adoption, like gaming, DeFi, or something?
Yeah, I think it's a very interesting question. And personally, I'm really most excited about this kind of broad DeFi area that includes, finance, payments, stable coins, value storage, and kind of crypto economics. A little bit touching on, my background and history. Really, that's one of the areas that I'm most excited about. I really feel that we're just starting to see the initial growth of this area and what the future of money potentially may look like. I think there's a lot of very interesting projects happening, a lot of experimentation, but, of course, we're very, very early on, and this is just setting the kind of, the foundation for a lot of this stuff. With Nervos, so much more is possible with regards to DeFi. And it solves many of the challenges that DeFi is currently experiencing on other blockchains, for example, like Ethereum. So I really think that we're going to start to see some truly innovative and revolutionary use cases coming out of Nervos that really are not possible on any other blockchains.
I agree. I totally agree. So, jadi Ben ini memang dan timnya dan Nervos sendiri juga memang sangat excited dengan melihat pertumbuhan awal di area ini dan melihat bahwa masa depan keuangan seperti apa. Dan dengan Nervos lebih banyak lagi nih yang bisa dilakukan sehubungan dengan DeFi dan untuk memecahkan banyak tantangan yang dialami oleh DeFi di blockchain lain seperti Ethereum. Jadi Nervos ini benar-benar ingin melakukan inovasi-inovasi dan yang revolusioner, jadi yang mungkin nggak bisa dilakukan oleh sistem-sistem blockchain atau aset kripto lainnya. Okay, Ben, I have the last question for you. So, core team has already developed a layer of two-side chain called MUTA. So, what kind of use cases do you have there?
Yeah, MUTA is one of the things that we're very excited about that's being developed. So MUTA enables anyone in the world to launch their own blockchain platform while leveraging the security and the finality of the CKB layer 1 of Nervos. Mm-hmm. So MUTA is a high-performance blockchain framework, right? Mm-hmm. And it's for use by both public and consortium chains. Really, it's open for anyone. And it's highly customizable. You can customize MUTA as a proof of authority, delegated proof of stake chain, however you want to set that consensus algorithm up. And you can deploy it with different economic and governance models as well. So it's highly flexible and highly customizable. And the interoperability with CKB and all the other deployments of MUTA chains is a built-in feature. So every MUTA-powered chain can interact with any other chain and CKB, and so it's utilizing that high security and the finality of the proof of work CKB base layer. Mm-hmm. So MUTA is an important division of the Nervos network. It uses CKB, the native token of Nervos, as the value and security anchor to extend the user scenarios and the scalability. So to explore kind of this regulation-friendly, decentralized financial services, and that is all based on this MUTA framework. So really, MUTA will play this pioneering role in the mass adoption of the Nervos network and the technology that we're building.
Oke, jadi sebenarnya MUTA ini apa sih, teman-teman? Jadi MUTA adalah kerangka kerja blockchain yang memang digunakan untuk rantai publik dan konsortium chain rantai. Nah, jadi ini juga bisa disesuaikan sebagai rantai proof of authority atau proof of stake atau DPoS. Nah, jadi menggunakan CKB sebagai nilai dan jangkar keamanan untuk memperluas skenario pengguna dan skalabilitasnya. Jadi untuk mengeksplorasi layanan keuangan yang terdesentralisasi itu juga jadi ramah regulasi dan semuanya didasarkan memang dengan kerangka kerja MUTA itu sendiri. Alright, thank you so much, Ben, for such detailed answers, and I'm sure lots of our members are now more excited and interested in owning CKB. But as mentioned, we are also going to have a giveaway for our members and get the chance of owning CKB all free. Oke, jadi caranya mudah banget. Tari akan menanyakan 5 pertanyaan seputar Nervos dan semua member Indodax bisa ikutan. Dan 5 jawaban yang terpilih akan mendapatkan total 35.000 CKB. Nah, pasti udah nggak sabar banget kan ya? Tapi sebelum kita mulai, kita tonton dulu video yang satu ini.
The Nervos Common Knowledge Base, or CKB, innovates on Bitcoin's proof-of-work store-of-value security model. Bitcoin's proof-of-work has delivered ever-increasing security for more than 10 years without a single successful hack. Miners are paid a fixed BTC amount to secure the network, and as BTC's price increases, so do the rewards, attracting more miners and increasing security. Smart contract platforms, like Ethereum, support multiple assets, expanding the scope of blockchain applications. But when these assets increase in value, there is a greater incentive to attack the platform, but no increased incentive to maintain security. This is because security is paid in ETH, and the price of ETH is independent from these other assets. To be a multi-asset store-of-value platform, the security of the network needs to grow with the value of the assets it protects. Nervos CKB does this by capturing the total network value through its native token, the CK byte, which entitles their holder to storage on the blockchain. In this way, it is equivalent to land ownership. As demand for land to store assets on CKB increases, demand for CK bytes is expected to grow as well. Landowners are taxed for space occupied, while token holders are protected in the Nervos DAO. As more assets are stored, CK byte demand is expected to increase, raising security and raising the attractiveness of storing valuable assets. In a decentralized future, a multi-asset blockchain's value will come from its ability to safely and securely issue and store assets. Sustainable security for a Layer 1 multi-asset platform is therefore essential for long-term success. Much like Bitcoin's network effects and first-mover advantage to become the de facto universal store of monetary value, as the first truly multi-asset store-of-value platform, we see CKB becoming the universal platform for store of assets. CKB, the multi-asset, store-of-value-focused smart contract platform.
Itu videonya, semoga teman-teman lebih mengerti mengenai CKB dan Nervos. Sekarang kita langsung aja masuk ke giveaway yang udah ditunggu-tunggu. Ben, I'm gonna explain about how they can answer and the format for the questions. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay. So, jadi jawab pertanyaannya seperti biasa dengan format itu jawaban dan username Indodax Anda. Jadi contohnya di mana live ini ditayangkan, A. YouTube, B. Instagram, atau C. Twitter. Jawabannya adalah A. YouTube. Jadi jawabannya A. YouTube @tari. Jadi pakai username Indodax. Oke? Oke. Ben, let's get into the first question, shall we?
Yes, sure.
Untuk pertanyaan pertama, what consensus algorithm does Nervos use? Jadi algoritma konsensus apa yang digunakan oleh Nervos Network nih? Jadi apakah itu proof of work, atau itu proof of stake, atau proof of burn? Nah, teman-teman bisa jawab di kolom komentar. Silahkan dijawab. Nanti yang beruntung akan mendapatkan hadiah berupa CKB dari tim Indodax. Oke. Lumayan nih ya yang udah jawab nih. Oke. Luar biasa antusiasmenya. Kita lanjut ke pertanyaan kedua. For the second question, pertanyaan kedua, what is the name of Nervos native token? Nah, jadi apa nih nama token dari Nervos Network? Apa nih yang kira-kira yang kita bagi-bagiin hari ini nih apa sih sebenarnya? Apakah A, CKN, atau B, CKB, atau C, NKB? Nah, nih, silakan dijawab di kolom komentar dengan format yang sesuai, yaitu jawaban dan username Indodax. Silahkan dijawab. Oke. Luar biasa nih ya, udah pikiran giveaway, ayo langsung. Nggak boleh ketinggalan. Oke, kita masuk ke pertanyaan ketiga. Pertanyaan ketiga adalah, how many people are there in the Nervos team? Jadi ada berapa sih jumlah tim di Nervos? Tadi ada sempat di-mention nih sama Ben. Apakah hampir 100 orang, atau hampir 1.000, atau hampir 10.000? Nah, tadi udah dijelasin. Jadi kalau misalnya ada yang lupa, silahkan mungkin dicari-cari di kolom komentar. Kayaknya tadi tuh ada yang komen juga. Silahkan dijawab dengan menggunakan format yang sesuai. Apakah 100 orang, atau 1.000 orang, atau 10.000 orang. Oke. Sip, udah pada jawab semua, luar biasa. Terima kasih antusiasmenya. Kita lanjut ke pertanyaan keempat. Pertanyaan keempat. What is the name of layer 2 sidechain that enables anyone in the world to launch their own blockchain platform? Ya, jadi apa nih nama dari sidechain layer kedua yang dapat digunakan oleh semua orang untuk menciptakan platform blockchain mereka sendiri? Nah, ini tadi udah sempat dijelaskan oleh Ben. Jawabannya apakah A, CKB, atau B, Nervos, atau C, MUTA? Nah, silahkan dijawab di kolom komentar sesuai dengan format yang ada. Apakah CKB, atau Nervos, atau MUTA ya? Jadi udah banyak nih yang jawab. Ayo, semangat. Oke, kita masuk ke pertanyaan kelima, Ben. We're gonna get into the last question. And the last question is, what does the CK byte entitle holders to? Jadi apa sih hak yang didapat dari pemilik CKB sendiri? Apakah data processing, atau storage on the blockchain, atau interest earning? Nah, jadi apa sih haknya? Kalau misalnya lupa, bisa buru-buru dulu tuh. Tadi nonton video yang tadi, pasti ingat semua sih. Silahkan jawab di kolom komentar. Apakah data processing, atau storage on the blockchain, atau interest earning? Silahkan dijawab sebelum ditutup giveaway-nya. Oke. 1, 2, 3. Oke deh. Udah ditutup ya. Semuanya udah pada jawab. Luar biasa. Terima kasih atas antusiasmenya. Oke semuanya, jadi kita udah nyampe di ujung acara dari Ask Me Anything session bersama Nervos Network. Jadi sebelum kita tutup, Ben, do you have any social channels that our members can join?
Yeah, definitely. We have our Twitter account, which is at Nervos Network. We also have a few different Telegram groups and Discord and pretty much all the social channels. The best way to find the channels and get involved is head over to the website, nervos.org. And then at the bottom of the front page, you can sign up to our mailing list so you can get regular updates on everything going on. And you can also click through to all of our social accounts and follow those as well.
Awesome. So, jadi teman-teman kalau misalnya masih mau tahu lebih banyak mengenai Nervos, silahkan kunjungi aja websitenya, yaitu nervos.org. Dan di situ teman-teman juga bisa sign up langsung untuk mendapatkan developer workshop dan lain-lainnya. Thank you, Ben, for this amazing session. I'm sure a lot of our members are now even more interested in owning CKB and knowing more about Nervos Network.
Thanks so much for having me.
Awesome. Oke, terima kasih semuanya yang sudah ikutan di Ask Me Anything session kali ini. Sampai bertemu lagi dengan Tari di Ask Me Anything session selanjutnya. Dadah! Bye, Ben!
Bye!